Welcome to the Girl Gang. I'm Katrina Gardner of Catrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique Goyette-Connerty of Evergreen Marketing. On this show, we're going to chat with women business owners in Massachusetts and those who support local women in business.
Because girls don't just want to have fun. They also want to sell real estate.
They want to open a brewery.
They want to teach others to invest in the stock market.
They want to take stunning photos, plan lavish parties, and help people recover from injuries.
Girls just want a podcast.
What can we say?
We're girls.
And welcome back to Girls Just Wanna, the podcast. It's been a minute.
We have to talk about some stuff.
So right up front, just going to tell you, this is just an episode of just the two of us.
Yeah.
Why? Because we have some tea to spill.
Right.
Mostly, we're going to keep the tea short because, reasons.
Yeah.
But we're also, we got to catch up on some stuff. It's been a minute. To be honest, it's been almost 2 months since we last recorded our last episode, which was with Stephanie, right?
Yes. It's been a journey.
We ran into some road bumps.
I was going to say technical difficulties is not the right
Technical
word.
difficulty. It wasn't technical. Now it's technical, but no. At first, it was not technical. It was personnel.
Yes.
Personnel. That's with two N's and an EL. Not
So-
personal.
so-
Personnel.
Well, let's share the story. I know we talked about it a little bit in the first episode.
By the way, if you're just joining us, I'm Dominique and this is Catrina.
Diving right in. No. I'm Catrina, owner of Catrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique, owner of Evergreen Marketing, and this is our show, Girls Just Want a Podcast.
In a new location.
Coming to you from a new location, which is part of the story. Okay, Catrina, get us started.
So you were approached to do a podcast. We weren't planning on doing one this year.
Correct.
It just fell into our lap.
Correct.
As a present.
Yes.
And then the present got taken away.
Yes. I knew someone from college who I've stayed connected with over LinkedIn and whatnot and over some networking events for alumni. And he had reached out to me. First red flag. I'm sorry, but this is a girls' podcast, so. Yeah. He had reached out to me. He was opening a podcast studio and was looking for Evergreen Marketing help, but also had asked if I wanted to host a podcast of my own. And I was like, you know what? Me and my gal pal have some energy to bring to these mics.
Yeah.
So
we can chit chat.
Yeah, we definitely had a great show idea and we brought it to him, and he had ultimately said that the studio space was a gift to us to use to help him get the word out about his new business.
Yeah. And
kind of expose people to the space because we'd be bringing guests in and out and whatnot. So it just kind of was going to work out. And in exchange for the studio space, we were going to do some services for him from our own businesses. Well, as you've seen, 3 episodes in, it just didn't end up working out. Mm-hmm. We had
There were some technical difficulties. We don't know what they were.
Yeah. We're both biting our tongue so hard.
We knew that it wasn't going to work out.
Pretty much from the beginning, because there were red flags in episode 1.
Yeah, it's fine when partnerships don't work out. It happens. Sometimes things just aren't the right fit. I think that the way that things end can be done really well, or it can be done not so well. Mm-hmm. And,
we weren't happy with the quality of the first few episodes we had done anyways, so it wasn't going to be a long-term location. So anyways, we've spent the last 2 months since that debacle looking for a new studio space, figuring out, pricing and monetary things now because, like I said, we were getting that last studio space in exchange for services, so we had to find one that we could pay for. Mm-hmm. We had to get the technology to work. So here we are. We are at WICN Studio. I think it's called Studio 50.
Yeah.
In Worcester, right downtown. And so thank you so much to David and his team here who have welcomed us, and Kate too, who does her own podcast here, was able to show us around and give us some tricks of the trade. So they've been great to work with so far, and we're now, self-contained and We were already producing the show by ourselves, and obviously we did the branding by ourselves and all the ideas and the guest booking and everything. And at the last studio we were at, that gentleman was going to just do the video and sound editing and then send us the files, and we would take care of everything else. But already it was troubles with the video and sound editing. So as you saw in our last 2 episodes, this gentleman lost the gentleman. I want to say man. The man lost the video recording for the intros and outros of both of the last 2 episodes we did. So that right there, I was peeved. Is the nice way to put it. Yeah. So anyway, so here we are, new studio.
Well, and the funny thing is that when we first got handed this present, we were both like, you know, whatever happens, like, we're not really sure how long this is going to pan out, how it's going to pan out. So we were like, let's just be cool and casual. But then we came up with a really good idea.
Yeah. At first we were doing it because we thought, all right, why not?
Right.
When something's handed to you like this, why not?
Right.
But then when we thought the idea out and we started recording, we were like, wait.
Yeah.
We have a really good idea.
We're kind of amazing.
I was about to say, we're really good at this. I mean, we don't know that yet, but we were having fun doing it, and we like have a whole bunch of ideas for the show. We have like a list of more than, I think, 100 potential guests already from our existing networks. And so we didn't want to stop after just 3 episodes. So we took a little hiatus and got ourselves situated here. And don't get us wrong, we're still kind of getting situated. So you'll notice like some of the lighting might be a little off, or maybe the sound isn't like perfect. There's some backlight behind Catrina's head, but we're working through it. We really just wanted to, once we got all the equipment, we wanted to just like get in and do the next episode to give you guys the updates. But, you know, things will change over time.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of changes in the episodes. Like, we might change the backdrop. That's the great thing about now us being in this space, is that we have a lot more control over what we want it to look like. Like, this is a huge room. We've got lots of options, and they've got so much equipment, and they're bringing in more equipment. So, we're excited.
Yeah. So
that's
the tea, I guess.
That's the tea.
That's the tea up front. That's pretty much it. We won't go. It was like just really stressful and frustrating lose work that we already did, but we're also, now we're closer to both of our houses. We're closer to a lot of the guests that we want to bring on who are located right in Worcester.
We're happy to support
a nonprofit. Yes, so lots of positives for sure. It just took us a second to get here.
So it's been a minute, and we've both been doing a lot of stuff.
Well, what else is new? We're always doing a lot of stuff.
Dominique has been jet setting around the world.
Yeah. Your girl is tired. I probably have said that every single episode so far, and will continue to say it every single episode. Heretofore. That's
why I brought you a Diet Coke.
Yes.
This morning.
Cheers, by the way.
Cheers.
It's 10 a.m. and we're drinking Diet Cokes. Thank you.
It's 10:30. But I did crack mine at 9 something.
Yeah.
Because it's been a day, month, year.
I was going to say, it's been a past 2 months. It's been a life.
You had really exciting things
Cheers
going on.
to that. I did. So I've been MIA pretty much. Actually, like since probably a week after our last recording. So honestly, if I owe you emails and you're watching this, I'll get to it. I've been nonstop basically since the end of March. So first weekend of April, one of my best friends who used to live up here, she now lives down in Alabama. She's getting married, or she was getting married, I should say. Her bachelorette was in Biloxi, Mississippi. Have you ever heard of it? Because I hadn't. But nonetheless, there's a casino with a pool with a swim-up bar, and it was actually like a lot of fun. So I was down there for a long weekend, the first weekend of April. The weather was beautiful. We hung out in the pool. I did not gamble. I'm not a gambler. So like probably
not at all.
No, I've never.
Not even penny slots?
I've never gambled. I've never bought a lottery ticket. I don't know.
I would say you're really missing out, except you're not at all.
Definitely not. There are so many other things that I could be missing out on.
When I go to casinos, I'll do the penny slots just for the free drinks. Like, that's
fair.
The exchange.
Okay, well, some of my friends on the trip were playing games, and since I was sitting there watching them play games, people also brought me free drinks.
Sometimes they're really, like
stingy about it. Yeah.
But maybe that's here. Maybe that's at Mohegan, because that's where I've gone. But.
I guess I was not aware of that. Is this common knowledge? I was not aware that you can smoke in casinos.
It's gross.
So I definitely came home reeking of cigarettes and cigars. I was not expecting that. So we were staying at the casino. So I don't know how many floors there were. I think I was on floor like 11 or 12. But yeah, it was wild.
Was it fun?
We had a lot of fun. I like a lot of the, my friend had 8 bridesmaids. So a lot of the girls I was meeting for the first time because they live down there. And they were super fun, super friendly. If they're watching, shout out.
I like that I have a close-up hand over here.
We got all these different camera angles. So that was fun. That was the first weekend of April. The first weekend of May was the wedding, which was in Leeds and Odenville. I was in Leeds. The wedding was in Odenville, Alabama. So probably like half an hour outside of Birmingham. Someone correct me if you're watching this and you're from there. But I think it's about the wedding was great. Honestly, I feel like it went off. So I also said this in one of the past episodes. I've never been to a wedding. And for my first wedding to be a wedding that I'm in was interesting. I was down in Alabama for like an extended long weekend, probably like half a week. The weather was hot and humid. It was an outdoor venue. It was beautiful. And it was sort of like a barn on the inside. It was a barn, not sort of. It was a barn. And the the bridal suite was AC'd, but the reception hall was not. We was sweating.
I bet.
It was like, and we were tearing up that dance floor all night. And there are videos that I won't post because I was just like dripping. I did the worm twice.
Love it.
Which was a big deal.
I did see the worm.
The worm.
We'll post it here, folks.
Yeah, I practiced the worm. So on The Bachelorette, basically, random guys kept coming up to us like, ugh. I'm like gagging thinking about it. Random guys come up to, this bridal party at the bar, like, hey, baby, want to come up to my room? Like middle-aged men, too. And I'm just like,
oh,
exactly.
God.
And so it was so annoying, like the first month. Like, and also, if you're going to approach a bridal party and try and hit on us, like the way to do that, and everybody in the group is taken, like dating or married, except for me. So, and also I'm absolutely not about to.
You're like, I am not looking. I am not interested.
Yeah, and I'm the worst person to be like single in the group because I will tear you apart.
Yeah.
Like I will roast your ass.
Yeah.
But anyways, so if you're gonna approach a bridal party, like you're gonna buy us drinks. You know what I mean?
Did they not?
They did not. Not a single person like was offering to buy us drinks. And so it's like, don't come up to us and hit on us and be creepy and not give us free alcohol. What?
Yeah.
Like, good luck with that.
I don't know. That's interesting.
What's the appeal there? I don't know.
I'm like such an old lady at this point in my life because I've just been like tied down to. That's the worst way to put it.
But Jesse and Jamie. That's not how she meant it.
No, like I haven't been dating since high school.
Obviously.
Like, so
wait. But have you though? Like, no, the way she says it to clear the air. Like, I haven't been dating. I've been
so it's
married.
just like, is that the norm? Like, I have no idea.
I can't. That could be a whole separate episode. Like, what is and isn't. Like, I feel like
I'll add it to my list of bonus episodes.
Yeah. So we've been coming up with, as we've been on hiatus, we've been coming up with a list of potential bonus episode ideas to like sprinkle in between guest episodes as well. So that could be a good one. Is like dating.
Yeah.
In 2024, I think like as a social experiment, I'd have to like download the apps.
Honestly, yes. Do it for the plot.
Do it for the pod.
Do it for the pod.
Do it for the pod. I just put that in my in my description on my dating profile, like, hi, like
I do a
25, female, lives in Worcester, 2 cats, doing this only for the pod.
I will talk about you on my podcast.
That is hysterical. Wait, I'm about to get off this episode and download Hinge just to write one thing you should know about me. I will talk about you on my podcast.
I love it.
So anyway, so guys at the Bachelorette were coming up to us and like being I wouldn't even say flirting, honestly, like just being weird.
And
like, why
not
are you
even a
like
drink.
that? No, not even a drink. And so
No.
that was night 1. So by night 2, when they kept doing it, every guy that would come up to us, we'd be like, do the worm, do the worm. And they'd be like, oh, no, not me, and they'd walk away. And I was like, how come we didn't think of this before?
That's a great deterrent.
Right?
Yeah.
So, because, like, the bride was, like, down to do the worm. So she
Right.
did it, like, probably 4 times in that one night.
Yeah.
And so people would come up to us and we'd just be like, do the worm or get out of our faces.
Yeah.
And we got several people to do the worm. I made a nice compilation video
Yes.
that Catrina has seen, and I rated everybody's worms. So ever since then, I had tried the worm at probably 4 a.m. on the empty bar floor, which was sticky and disgusting. And it was not really a worm. I just kind of laid down on the floor. And it's like I went into a hand release push-up.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really sure what to do with my body.
Yeah.
So I promised the bride I would do it at our wedding. I would practice in between the Bachelorette and the wedding. And I did. Mm-hmm. At the kickboxing studio on the mat, which is a nice way to practice. And I got good at it. So now I know how to worm. I did it twice at the wedding. It was amazing.
It's your party trick.
Yes. That was the first weekend of May. And then I got back on a Monday night and I left to go to Paris that Friday night. Mm-hmm. So it's been just like cray-cray. It's been back-to-back trips. Why was I going to Paris?
Only for the best reason in the world.
To see Taylor Swift in concert, obviously.
She got to see Taylor in Paris. New set, Tortured Poets Department. Travis Kelce was there.
Yeah.
Gigi Hadid was there.
Yes, Ryan Reynolds was there. So we bought these tickets, by the way, like last August, I think. Before we knew Tortured Poets Department was coming out. This was before, what was the most recent Taylor's Version album she released, 1989?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
So like that before that, like everything. And so, yeah, we bought tickets last summer and planned to go. And it ended up being, when we were there, it was her 87th show of the tour, which 87 for Travis Kelce, so it was like a thing. In 1989 set, she wore like I think was it a gold top and a red skirt or a red top and a gold skirt? I don't know, but either way, like the Chiefs colors.
Yeah.
And so it was. I just like can't get over it. It was amazing.
I want us to do a full Taylor Swift episode.
That's fine. I'm down for that.
But I do want to ask, do you have favorites off of the Tortured Poets? Do you like the Tortured Poets
I
album?
do like it. Down Bad, Crying at the Gym has been a jam for me. There's 31 songs. So there are 31 songs. And so like I can't just pick one, but there are several bops in there.
Yeah.
And so she added that set to the tour, which was crazy. She was like floating on the stage.
I have started marching around my house, going, "Were you sent by someone?" and doing the march.
Yes.
Good riddance.
So she played like 5 or 6 songs off the new album.
I know.
It's a lot.
I was watching TikTok lives, pretending I was there.
It was so much fun. Like I just feel like I'll never see a concert as good as that again, unless I see Taylor Swift again on a major tour again.
Yes.
Like she just puts on, even if you don't like her music, which obviously we do, she just puts on an amazing show. I mean, obviously she's a billionaire. She has the staff and the, you know, the means to do it, but the production value is...
Well, there was even, I've been seeing it on TikTok like today and yesterday, like a lot of discourse about other artists, like saying things maybe about Taylor, but it was Billie Eilish being like, I would never do a 3-hour concert. No one wants to sit through a 3-hour concert. And everyone is like I would do it again and again. I would sit through like a 6-hour concert for like, you know, not asking her to do that, but it's just like the people want it. The people are excited.
It's such a good show.
Yeah.
Her whole team did such a good job.
Yeah.
I can't get over it. We were out this week somewhere, and that'll be a different point in a different episode, but someone was like, oh my God, you went to see Taylor in Paris. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, I'm so jealous of you. And I said, I'm honestly jealous of me too. Like I feel like I'm having an out of body experience where I'm like, I experienced that.
Yeah.
Like, separately.
Yeah.
So Paris was crazy. We had good weather. It only rained one day. We did all the touristy things too. Like we made a trip out of it. Obviously, it was honestly cheaper. People are like, "You're going to see Taylor Swift in Paris?" Yes, it was cheaper.
That's what I thought.
Altogether, it was cheaper to get flights, an Airbnb, and the concert tickets.
Yeah.
In Paris than it would have been to park at Gillette in Massachusetts and get the tickets there.
Yeah.
And drive home the same night.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, now I get to say I've seen Taylor Swift in Paris. Like,
yes.
No one cares if you saw Taylor Swift at Gillette, I feel like. It's good for you, but also...
I saw Taylor Swift at Gillette.
You did? Wait, which one?
Reputation.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my first Taylor Swift concert, too, I never went to any of the other ones,
Yeah.
so we made a trip out of it. We did all the things. We saw the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, another museum. We went to the cafe where she shot Begin Again.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if I told you that.
No.
That was fun. We literally just ordered a bottle of... Did we get a bottle of wine? No. My friend got wine, I got beer. We got drinks and just a platter of cheese.
Love it.
And then they just give you like unlimited like bread, and the bread everywhere you go is so good.
Is it so good?
It was so good. And it was just like I ate so much bread and cheese while I was there.
I love that.
And Aperol spritzes. Yeah. So when we were there, we were talking to the waiter, and we were like, oh, like this is where Taylor Swift filmed that video, that music video. And he goes, yeah, Travis Kelce was here yesterday. And we were like, what? He's like, yeah, he came by. So we had gone...
Oh my God.
We went to the concert Sunday night, which was the last one in Paris. And we had gone to this cafe on a Tuesday. And he said that Travis Kelce was there Monday morning.
Yeah.
That he came, he got a coffee, and he was like, gotta go catch a flight back to LA. And the waiter said he was there for like 10 minutes. He like had his coffee. He was super nice. He signed one of the coasters for them, I guess, so that they have that. And then he was like, gotta go. So it's just crazy. Where else did we go? We went to all the good spots from Emily in Paris.
Nice.
I had the best pasta of my life.
Really?
At Gabrielle's restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, so it's called like Terra Nera, and it's an Italian restaurant. It was so good.
So you're going to move there?
No. But I can't wait for my next trip, basically. I have a little travel bug.
Yeah.
It was also my first time out of the country since before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So like I've been to a bunch of places in Europe. I've been to Spain, Scotland, Poland, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands. So I was like having myself a time before the pandemic, and now was the first time I got back out.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
So now you're back.
So now I'm like itching.
Yeah.
To get back on a plane, and
Yeah.
Which is expensive.
Well, should we do some hard it or hate it's?
Yes. Also, everybody, we're nearing the end of May, and I just want to say that this is Catrina's month.
It is.
Catrina had her birthday, she had Mother's Day, and she had her wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
So, happy belated birthday, Catrina. Happy belated Mother's Day, Katrina.
Thank you.
Happy belated anniversary.
No, that's coming
not
up.
yet. Okay.
Sunday.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Ahead of time.
Thank you.
Did you do anything outlandish?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. No, my birthday was the day after Mother's Day,
Right.
so I just did like a combined, like everyone has to come celebrate me on Mother's Day. So my mom came over, my sister came over, her kids came over, and we just had like a nice little celebration. And it was really nice.
Cute.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
Thank you. It is very exciting. I am 32. I don't know about you.
But I'm feeling 32. We should remix that song.
Yeah.
And we can put it on the pod.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll learn how to do that next.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to start Heard It or Hate It? Or do you want me to?
I have one in my head.
Okay.
Heart it or hate it. LinkedIn.
Heard It.
I heart it.
I like LinkedIn.
I like LinkedIn a lot.
You've been more active on it recently than I have.
Yeah. I've been playing around with it.
There are some things about it that I find annoying. I was actually just listening to a podcast yesterday where they were talking about, did you see that meme where the guy posts a picture of him proposing to his girlfriend on the beach? And he posted it on LinkedIn and said, I got engaged over the week, or I proposed to my girlfriend over the weekend. Here's what it taught me about B2B sales.
Wasn't that a joke?
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it was real.
I thought it was satire.
No, unfortunately, it was real. And in the podcast I was listening to, this guy's on LinkedIn a lot, and he was talking about how, like, that is not even the worst one he's seen. I'm like, people, you don't need to make everything into a like sales lesson or a business lesson. Like, some things are just like personal, and if you want to post about them, I guess that's fine. Like, it's a little bit different on LinkedIn, but also, like, you don't have to post about your personal life just to make it a professional life lesson.
Right.
So anyways, I do love LinkedIn, but some people they're too much. And some people are like fake on LinkedIn. But anyways, I do like LinkedIn, and also I used to like Twitter, and people used to think I was crazy.
Yeah, I've never liked Twitter.
See, like, I loved Twitter. I was on Twitter all the time.
I know. When we met, you were like, well, Twitter was already
on its way out.
Yeah.
It was slowly but surely on its way out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to love Twitter. I
remember
the
just
old
being
Twitter.
surprised, because I was like, I don't think most 20 at the time you were.
It was probably 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when we met, I was 22.
Yeah.
Yes, but I must have joined Twitter in like 2010.
Yeah.
And also, you forget I started my career in news. So, like,
I have not forgotten.
You haven't forgotten?
No.
Okay. I have.
You're like, I try to.
So, yeah, that's like where all the journalists be, and that's how you get a lot of tips, or at least catch up on some stuff. And yeah, so that's LinkedIn for you. Okay. Heart it or hate it. Calling grown women girls.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that was a dig.
Did I tell you about the several networking things I've done recently?
Ew.
Where I've been called girly? Hey, girly.
By men?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Absolutely not. Canceled.
Yeah.
So I was coming at it from the perspective of what you know.
Yes.
So obviously the podcast is girls just want to whatever.
Right.
And we're, like, that's almost like used ironically. Not really. I guess it's not really irony, but you know, the song Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and we're kind of poking fun at the fact, like, the whole idea here is girls can do anything.
Yeah.
And this man that we were working with before at the last studio would always email us and say, "Hi, girls."
Hey, girls. No.
No,
No.
you're not allowed to call us girls.
No.
We don't even call ourselves like girls. We say like gal gang.
Yeah.
Girly, like, you know, to each other, and in like an affectionate, endearing way.
Yeah.
But no, a grown man is not allowed to email me in a professional capacity and say, "Hey, girls."
Yeah. It's a no.
I even think, like, I feel like hi ladies would be appropriate.
Yeah.
But hi girls, I was like,
yeah.
No.
That would be for a teacher speaking to students under the age of 12.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I think younger.
I used to
even
say
younger.
that to dance classes when I taught dance.
Yeah.
All right, girls, line up at the bar.
Yeah.
Like, that
But
works.
I think even younger.
Yeah.
Like, 12 is
5.
still too old. Yeah. Like, but we're not calling grown women girls.
No.
Unless you're using it in the context of, like,
right. And it could be a friend. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl.
You
know what's funny?
What?
It's the MLM guys that have been calling me girly. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, checks out for an MLM. Usually it's MLM women that do it, but That
don't
can be
like
my
that.
next hard it or hate it. Hard it or hate it MLMs.
Right now?
Yeah.
Hate it, I think.
Yes. Okay, good. I apologize if anyone has an MLM, but it's not for me.
It's not for me either.
For those that don't know, an MLM is almost a pyramid scheme. It's not quite, but it's multi-level marketing, and basically you sell a product, and that's how you make money, but you could also make money by recruiting others to also take part in the MLM.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's typically how people make the most money, or they try to. So they're just
Do you get approached a lot to do that?
not lately.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think anyone's ever really tried to like sell me anything
No.
or get me to join the selling thing.
No. It did happen a while ago. Not so, like pre-pandemic.
Okay.
Maybe people aren't doing it as much anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never personally really been approached, but I do like see screenshots and stuff of other people who are like, you know, the girls that you haven't talked to from high school in 15 years reaching out to you in the DMs. Hey, girl.
Right.
We don't know each other.
Yeah. Please leave.
So, okay. What's my last one? I think heart it or hate it. It was Crocs.
Oh, I heart it.
I'm going to heart it for you.
Okay. Do you have Crocs?
I don't own them. I do not.
I didn't own them until like a year or two ago.
Here's the problem with heart it or hate it is like, I don't hate Crocs, but I don't own them, and I'm not going to buy a pair.
Well, some people, my sister hates Crocs.
Like,
she wouldn't be caught dead in a pair of Crocs.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't wear Crocs. I would wear Crocs like
But you
in the
respect
gym,
the
maybe.
Crocs.
I
Yeah.
respect the Crocs for you and for others.
Yeah.
So
I like it. It's changed my life, especially like for my son. Crocs on him.
Yeah, for kids, Crocs are amazing.
Yeah, it's a need. It's a must. And then because of him, that's when I started wearing Crocs too.
That's fair.
And he gets dropped off at school. I water the plants outside in my Crocs. Like
One time, the funny thing about Crocs, one time I went on a first date that at the time I didn't really know was like a first date. Mm-hmm. It's a whole separate thing. We knew each other through the companies we worked for anyways. Yeah. And he showed up wearing Crocs. And I was like, that's fine because it's a summer day.
Yeah.
And it was like, we're just casual. But then after the fact, I was like,
yeah.
You wore Crocs out in public to meet a girl.
Yeah.
To meet a girl, a woman.
A girl. Yeah, it's
gal.
one thing to wear them to like run an errand.
Yeah.
It's another thing to
And
wear
then I just remember his friends saying at the bars, like weeks and weeks later, like, no, he did not. And I was like, yes, he did. They're like, you're joking. And I was like, unfortunately, I am not.
Yikes.
So, anyways, I think about that often. So, all right. Well, that was Heart It or Hate It. By the way, if you're not following us on Instagram, we've been posting these Heart It or Hate It's in our stories every week so that you can, as polls, so you can vote and you can give your input on whether you heart or hate the things that we were discussing.
Yeah, I love seeing the polls. It's
I
great.
love seeing the responses. Have we been like wildly off before?
You were alone with hating co-working.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone loves co-working. It was funny. Even my husband wrote "heart it" for co-working.
You're like, sir, you work in an office, like in a physical space.
Yeah, he works. He's a machinist, so he works in like a machine shop. And I'm like,
yeah. He's like, but I love co-working.
He was like, I love it for. He's like, I love it for you. I'm like,
can't do your job.
He's like, get out of the house.
So yeah, definitely follow us on Instagram and partake in the polls if you'd like. Also, send us your hearted or hated ideas if there's something you want to like get the people's opinions on. Yeah. And by the people, I mean us and then our Instagram followers. So that is it for this week. Thanks for getting caught up with us. Thanks for letting us spill the tea a little bit.
We're excited to keep bringing you more.
Onward and upward from here.
Yes.
You know, we've seen it struggle and now it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will see you next week with a guest.
Later, ladies.
Later.